Are you afraid of making calls in a language that is not yours? If so, then I have brought you 25 English phrases that you must know and you can easily use them for fluent telephonic conversations. Today, I will be sharing with you some English phrases that you can use at the right moment in the right manner in your telephonic conversations. And before I start the video, I would request you to please subscribe the channel and also please hit the bell icon so that you receive notifications of all my latest videos. All right, so I want to give a shout out to Mohammed Jibrahil on whose request I've made this video, and I am heartily thankful to him and also to the other people who are consistently loving and supporting my work. Now, let's get started with the video. Situation number one, answering the call. Suppose you receive a call from a person who you do not know or the number is not saved. So, how would you answer in that case? Hello, you would say, hello, this is Ram speaking. May I know who is calling? Or you can add further, may I know where are you calling from? All right. Second case is if the person instantly, says as soon as you pick up the call, he says or she says, hi, could I speak to Ram, please? So you can say, yes, speaking. This is also enough and perfect. Or you can say, yes, this is Ram speaking this side. All right. So it's very important to learn how to, respond to the calls or how to make calls in English language. Because when you know how you have to say, using the correct grammar, you would look more confident, and it's very important also to present yourself confident, okay? Because when you are confident, you easily grab the trust and the attention of the other person. All right, let's move on to the situation number two, making the call. Now you have to make the call, you are not receiving the call. Okay, so what would you say when you make a call to the person who you do not know, for whom you are a stranger, and the other person you're making call to is also a stranger to you? So let's see. Hello, this is Ram Sharma from Sector 45, Delhi NCR. I'm calling you about ABC. It could be anything you are calling you about, okay? Or what it can be. I'm calling to know more about the institute, its location, tenure, cost, and more. Or it could be anything as per your need. May I know to whom am I talking? Okay? Or you can say, may I know who am I talking to? Okay, so you can be calling any institute, you can be calling any, you know you can be making a call to a college, to a university, to gather some information. Okay, so in that case you can start like this by telling your name and your location. It builds the trust, for the other person, so that they get to know, okay, there is a specific person with a specific name from a specific location I'm speaking to. So it kind of builds the trust when you tell your name and your location, also when you're making a call to a person who is a stranger to you and you are also a stranger to them. All right, let's move on. Okay, suppose you are busy and you cannot talk for a long time. Okay, so how would you answer that? Number one, you would say, I'm sorry, I have to leave for my office. Can we catch up later? You can change, as per your, reason. You can add anything. I have to leave for my classes. I have to leave for my, I have to leave for my, for my nanny's house, or it could be anything else. Okay, you can add either it could be a truth that you are leaving for a real reason, or if you are busy and you want to make an excuse, you can say like that. Okay, let's see the other one. Hey, nice to hear from you. Wanted to ask, can we just connect tomorrow same time? I'm just quite occupied with the reason. Okay, with anything, with any reason. If you are if you're occupied with anything, mention that. Or if you want to keep it short, you can say, I'm just quite tied up. All right, let's see the other one. If you don't mind, could I buzz you back in the evening? Very short, very quick, very simple. All right, so these are the phrases that you can note down and you can learn them and you can use when you're busy and you do not want to take up the call, or you can want to do not want to make the call long one. All right, next is, would you mind calling back in an hour? I'm in a meeting just now. Okay, so next is, hold the call. Okay, suppose you're talking to somebody and you want to instantly put the call on the hold, how would you say that? And what would you say? Number one, could you please hold on to the line? Okay. Number two, would you mind holding the line, please? Number three, would you mind holding a moment, please? And number four is, could you mind holding a moment, please? Okay, so whenever we are asking for permission, we make use of could and would. We can also make use of can, but can is a modal verb that is used to convey, ability of any person. But we are not trying to convey any sort of ability of any person. Okay, we are not trying to measure the ability. We are just asking for the permission, so we will make use of could or would. All right, so let's move further. Please hold while I put you through to the manager's office. It can also be the situation when you try to transfer the call to somebody else. So you would say, please hold while I put you through to my cousin, to my friend, to my mother, to my colleague. It could be anybody. Okay, next situation is where there are disturbances around, when there are loud noise. Okay, when there is a loud noise, when there are disturbances, when there's traffic sound, when there are people talking behind, when there is so much clutter and so much more, and you cannot hear what the other person is saying. So what would you say to the other person in English language? You would say, I'm sorry, your voice is fading in and fading out. You would say, I'm sorry, your voice is breaking. I can't hear you well. Okay, or you can say, the network seems to be bad. Could you please repeat? I'm sorry, you are not audible to me. Okay, so you can use any of the phrases and you can say and convey to the other person that you are not able to hear them. All right. Now, when you want to make a request to somebody, okay, sometimes what happens is we are talking to foreign people, we are talking to people from the different countries, okay, or maybe even in India we are talking to somebody who belongs to the south part or to the other parts of the country, and you do not understand them. So what would you say? You would say, could you please pardon that? Would you mind spelling that for me? Could you call again? I think we have a bad connection. Okay. So third situation is quite different. In case you have a bad connection, you can say that could you call again? But in case you are trying to make a request, in case you do not understand what they are saying, you can say, would you mind spelling that for me? Or could you please pardon that? Or could you please be slow? Could you speak slowly? You can say, or you can modify the sentences in this way. All right. Okay. Now, suppose you're working in any organization and you are being entitled to talk on behalf of your boss, okay, or maybe on behalf of any other authority or the person, um, and you have to pick up the calls on their behalf and you have to connect them because they are busy. So how would you say that? Let's see. Hello, this is Sneha from XYZ Limited. Okay, you would start the sentence as you receive the call, you pick up the call and say hello. This is Sneha from XYZ Limited, and the other person might say, hi, is this the customer support department? So you would say, yes, it is. How can I help you? You would instantly add this line, how can I help you? Okay, then they would like to speak to Miss Rachna Sharma. Okay, so you would say, so you have to ask, who is calling, because then you will tell Rachna that this person is calling. Would you like me to, connect you with her? Okay, so you would ask that person, could I ask who is calling, please? Okay, so these are the ways, these are very formal, decent, courteous ways in which you take the permission from the other person, you gather the information from the other person, all right, in English. Okay, so you would say, you know the name now. You would say, okay, Miss Mariam, would you mind holding the line, please? So you would hold the line, and then you will connect. You would connect the person to the right person. All right. So that's all for today's video, guys. These were some 25 English phrases, um, in that we can use in different situations. Okay, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you really did, please subscribe the channel, like it and share it, and put your views in the comments below. If you have any queries, also put them in the comments. And until next time, take care. I'll see you soon.